Good evening. So I'm gonna see how much like I can pack into um how much I can pack into one session tonight. Hold on, I have to watch from here because this is where I can see my chat. Hopefully I don't get a ton of trolls like I did last time. It took long enough to get trolls anyway. It's like I'm overdue, I feel like. Because I've seen so many people have trolls on here. It's just like it was a matter of time before I got my own. So let me pull up the slide. I did 2 slides for tonight. Reason being that one of these slides specifically is something I keep talking about, so I just had to finally upload it. I'm gonna just review it briefly just so that it could be in this video again. I'm just gonna go over it. So this will be available in the community section of my YouTube, and it's the Gang Stalking Emotional Balance Starter Pack. So I talk about often, you can tell when people are being gang stalked. I've seen other people who've been gang stalked and I can totally tell. One of the first telltale signs is that you're not calm. You're hyperventilating, your breathing is no good. You're stressed out. People can tell that things are it's not just that things in general are no good in your life. It's just that it's like there's an emergency. There's something going on. So, the gang stalking emotional starter pack. Hold on, let me just close this down just to make sure. Okay, so I'm gonna go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. There are probably a little bit more, but this is very basic. This is kind of all I could fit on this slide anyway. First things first, you want to start your day with meditation and prayer. Start and end your day with meditation and prayer. Meditation, if you are not spiritual, it's just breathing in and out, calming your nervous system, calming yourself down, finding peace, finding balance within yourself, because you're going to be facing a lot of anxiety attacks that are outside of you, a lot of very stressful situations. You'll continue to be put in situations where your finances are at risk. You'll be put in situations where you're worrying about your stability, where you're gonna live, how things are gonna go for you, etc., etc. 1 second here. Yeah, how things are gonna go for you. So you're going to need to balance out your energy. You're going to need to balance out your breath work. You're going to need to just relax yourself and calm yourself as much as possible, as frequently as possible. So that's the meditation. Prayer, obviously, if you are not praying, you need to be praying because you're in a very horrible situation. So you need to be praying. I start with, if you're not super spiritual, you're not Christian, you're not like, you don't have a denomination, I would call out to past loved ones, people that have passed away in your family, etc. And, just do something spiritually. My advice, I mean, I try to be open to be respectful of whatever other people believe in, because that's what I expect for myself, like for myself. But I would say you need to pray. You need to pray to God, a higher power, whoever it is that you call God. You need to call your protection in. Prayer absolutely does work, and you need to start immediately. Utilize music as much as possible. I say high vibrational music is like changing the channel. So if you get an anxiety attack, you can switch the mood right away by just switching to high vibrational music. Whatever kind of music that you like listening to, that's upbeat, etc., that's what you want to change to. And also play calming music. Like, I play calming music during my videos because we're talking about a topic that's not so fun. Or you can play prayers overnight. So as you're sleeping and resting overnight, you can, on YouTube, you can find like videos of prayer and stuff like that, and you can pray that overnight so that while people are working on you, sending negative energy, the prayers are counteracting that while you're sleeping. And especially during anxiety attacks as well. The first couple anxiety attacks that you get before your system acclimatizes to them will be debilitating. Like, you will feel the need to like sit down, you'll feel the need, like you'll be sinking into, whether it's a chair, a bed, whatever. It's very harsh, that kind of energy in the beginning. So you need help. You need help with that. I talk about sage, which I burn all the time. This is what a sage bundle looks like, but I've also put a picture on my slide that I've made. You're gonna go ahead and burn as much sage as you possibly can. Clean up your home. No sage is too much. Smoke up your home, not like weekly or anything like that. You want to be smoking up your home literally like every single day, and especially before bed. Before bed at night, you want to be smoking up your home just like this, cleaning out the energy. And the way that I smoke is the way that I clean my energy with my environment with sage is that I sage the entire space. The first couple sages you do in, if you're just introducing it, you need to open cupboards, you need to open closet doors, you need to open everywhere, because the sage is new to your environment. And then you open a door. So you sage your environment and you let the negative energy out, and then you close the door and you sage again, so that the inside of the environment always is smoky and always has sage. So it makes it harder for negative energy to enter the space. If you do this before bed, as soon as you sage, everything lightens up. The mood lightens up on you. So if you were having an anxiety attack, it dissipates. If you were having disagreements, if people were coming sick. So for example, for myself, this is happening to me literally right now. Every time I start putting out this kind of information, concrete information, while I'm putting up the information, I'm facing like literally attacks. Like, the information is coming and pieces of it goes missing. Then right now my throat's getting itchy. It's like they're sending me colds. It's like, but you know what, it's not going to do anything, because like I said, I'm saging. This happens so often. I haven't had a cold in years. This happens often. This is how you clear out the energy, especially when the energy is not yours. Now, if you were supposed to have a cold, say you went into, I don't know, into the rain, you didn't cover your head and like you fell sick, let's say your immune system's whatever, right? That cold, you'll get that cold. But if you're being sent energy, you need to clean it off. So that's the first thing. So I say, and every single religion, every denomination, they use some element of air, of smoke to clear out. You can literally see priests, like there's this thing they use and they wave the smoke around and they clear the energy. Holy spaces will always attract, or clean spaces will always attract people sending negativity or lower vibrational energy, because they just always want to attack that energy. So clean your space. Spiritual baths, use lots of salt in your spiritual baths. I take it slow with people on the spiritual baths. I just talk about salt. However, if you want to do more than salt, so if you're actually facing ailments on your body, then what I would do is Google spiritual baths and get ideas of different herbs and stuff that you can add to your spiritual baths, but I don't give any recommendations on those. I like to take it slow with people on what they're going to use. Just make sure it's lots of salt. So you want the water so salty that you can taste it salty, like being in the ocean. So the other thing I have on here is crystals. Obsidian for protection. Any black or darker crystals are for protection. This is what I use. This is like a huge shield. Okay, nothing's getting through this. Obsidian, I'm gonna read about it in a bit. And then selenite. Selenite is for healing. So obsidian is for protection, selenite's for healing. You want to lay it on your actual skin for it to block out any negative energy. Not over top of clothes, but on your actual skin. And as the attacks are coming in, you will feel them dissipate. I just actually recently got my hands on a crystal Bible. So I am going to read a little bit more about these crystals, what they are, just so that it's in the video when I do post it. Obsidian is energy shielding. It's a protection for your aura, so it's energy shielding. I'm gonna start. Okay, so obsidian is a stone of protection and divination. A natural glass whose edges can be sharper than a steel knife, obsidian's number one gift is energy deflection. It wraps an impenetrable energetic shield around you, making this a valuable protection talisman for sensitive souls and emotional empaths. Holding a piece in your hand, imagine a jet black shield rising up between you and the source of your worry or fear. Use this magic wisely, however. An obsidian shield is very useful in circumstances that can overwhelm your nervous system, such as large crowds. So the rest of this is just basically saying like it blocks your aura so well that if you took it into large crowds, you would start feeling like invisible. So for people who get attacked in their sleep, and if you're getting spiritual attacks, sleep with the obsidian touching your skin. Even though it's just touching one part of your skin, it shields your entire aura. So that's for the obsidian. For the selenite, which is this one, the selenite is for cleansing, clearing, and moon magic. Now, if you're not into magic, please skip it. We all have to be more accepting of what other people do. And if not accepting, it's other people's business as long as they don't involve you. That's how I see it. So if you are Christian, because Christians are the most judgmental or non-accepting of other denominations. If you're Christian, you don't like it, just skip over the parts that you don't want. Okay. So selenite, named after Selene, Greek goddess of the moon, selenite is a must-have crystal for keeping your aura fresh and sparkling. And your aura is basically your personal energy sphere. These moonbeam crystals are the ultimate crystal tool for cleansing and clearing the energy of auras, physical spaces, and even other crystals. So I use this, and this is how I clear and recharge my crystal bracelets, my necklaces, etc. And I also keep it with a lot of my other crystals. And oddly enough, this is one of the cheaper crystals as well. Okay, where am I? Okay, I highly recommend keeping a selenite near your front door so you can give yourself a quick energy rinse when you return home at the end of a long day. Simply wave the selenite around the edges of your body. Don't forget your back, and it will wipe away any sticky vibes that may have latched on while you were out and about. Be clear, be bright, be radiant. There are a myriad of other ways to add selenite's purifying magic to your daily life. Some ideas: store a piece in your refrigerator and cupboards to keep food high vibe and fresh. Selenite in bedrooms helps calm restless sleepers and keeps nightmares away. This is huge because during gang stalking, your sleep will be affected. And my gang stalking experience, I still have a lot of energy work sent my way. You want to sleep peacefully, you need to be rested. Selenite in bedrooms helps calm restless sleepers and keeps nightmares away. Keeping a larger piece near computers, televisions, and routers helps balance disruptive electrical discharge. When other crystals feel like they need an energy refresh, you can place them on a piece of selenite for a few hours to recharge. This is my go-to technique for refreshing jewelry. And be sure to add a selenite crystal to your new and full moon rituals for potent moon magic manifesting. I keep these two together a lot. You can actually see the salt that comes off. This is a very salt-based crystal. Well, it is actually salt, it's just crystallized salt, and salt is purifying. So this helps me in every aspect. My skin stays clear. Like, these are foolproof methods that someone can't take from you. I mean, the only thing that can happen is perhaps someone can come in your house and maybe steal this. But for me, I feel like there's nothing people can do. Like, there's no spell work you can do to counteract this sort of thing. And then the other thing that I also talk about, there's other things I pinned in, but I'm already at like 15 minutes, so I'm not gonna like read them right now. But the other thing that I realize with crystal healing as well, I just lost my train of thought. I can't remember. Anyway, I know that not everybody is going to buy into this stuff, which is totally fine. However, just listen, when you're at your wit's end, and that's the thing, I always know that the things that I put out there, not everybody's going to believe in. Everybody who's being gang stalked knows about energy work. There is energy work that is happening to you. So this matters. So if you can recognize that there's energy work, that you're getting sick, when you're being sent that type of stuff, like medication won't work, going to the hospital is something else because it's not natural. So natural means it's like fighting an uphill battle and they're just going to throw more work at you. So essentially it's like using crystals, excuse me, saging out your home, settling your nervous system, breathing, praying, meditating, all of that good stuff. Like you need that stuff. Like you need to balance yourself and calm down your nervous system as much as possible to get yourself to a point where you feel calm enough to handle the other things that you're trying to handle, because that's what people are trying to do. They're trying to throw you off. Just like I'm getting a ton of troll activity on my account. But like I said, I've watched enough tarot and I've been on YouTube long enough that I figured it would be my time to get trolls at some point or the other. And I figure it's taken long enough, so congrats to me. Anyway, I have this slide pinned in the community section of my page, and that's where I pin most of the slides that I've just recently started doing slides. That's where the slides are going to be, and it just makes it easier and faster for people to find a lot of the information that I give out in a very concise one pager. My videos can, I think my videos are average, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, the bulk of this video, I wanted to talk about what is needed for monitoring you during the gang stalking process. So I've spent a lot of time, I've been gang stalked for a year and a half. My cycle is ending. They don't want it to, but it is. It's ending in their face, and it is what it is. A lot of these sort of tips and tricks that I put out are the things that I implement now. There are other things that I also implement, but I can't give everything away because I would also like to protect, you know, myself. And obviously there's going to be people like cross-watching me and all that good stuff. So there are a lot of things that I keep to myself, but these things are generic enough that I can put out. So this slide is called "What is needed for monitoring," and again, it's in the community section of my YouTube channel, and I'm going to make this the cover of the video of this video that I'm gonna post after when the live's done. So first things first, your phone number. As long as they can get a hold of your personal phone number, they send you a text message, a simple text message, whether it's opened or not, whether you answer it or not, it will hack your device. It will infect your device. It infects it at the like core of the device. So it is not something that restarting the device or doing a factory reset is gonna erase. Once it's infected, it is infected. There's nothing you can do. And that's where a phone number, or sorry, a text message is sent to your phone. So that's one. That's how you're hacked, and you're not just hacked. I mean, the device is mirrored. And what I mean by mirrored is whatever you see on your device is what they see on the device. They can see every single text, every message, everything. The second thing is your social media accounts. So these accounts typically are easier to hack, but they're a gold mine of your social networks, the people that you talk to. So you're probably gonna have family group chats on there, friend group chats, etc. Like they will get the core relationships that you have. They're probably gonna monitor the way you guys interact, and they're probably looking for things like who in the group chat is going to be the easiest one to approach, who in this group chat is going to be the person who is most likely to not like you, the person who has most influence, the first person that they can approach to infect their mind against you. These are the kind of things that they're looking for, because they absolutely are looking for people to approach in your social network. Eventually, the longer you're gang stalked, the more they get into that social network and turn people against you. They're also going to be bribing people and paying people in your family, friends, your friends, your work people, whatever, bribing people to also do the same thing that they're doing. So instead of them externally having to go and do that, they'll have other people at your work go infect the workplace against you and gossip about you. They'll have other people in your family go and launch the hate train against you, etc., etc. So your social media accounts, you have to watch that. Tighten up on the passwords. Like I've said, the passwords need as many characters as possible. So I would say a minimum of like 22, 23, 30 characters, and all different, like not just letters, numbers, like all different kinds of characters. Okay. WhatsApp. Your WhatsApp absolutely is going to be hacked. But for whatever reason, like WhatsApp is one of those apps that has like a whole bunch of like different versions, hackable versions to it. And I learned this from like people in like other countries where they basically can have a copy of your WhatsApp. Like people can be signed into your WhatsApp like all over the country. Like it's crazy. So if they get a version of your WhatsApp, like in my case, the people paying for me to be gang stalked, they had they were on my WhatsApp, and they probably still are on, but I don't use WhatsApp anymore, but they're on my WhatsApp and my Instagram accounts, to name a few. They're probably on other ones, but who cares at this point? And what had to happen was, when the gang stalking wasn't showing visible signs of working, they basically, everybody that communicated with me in my normal network wouldn't text me anymore. Everybody would only talk to me on WhatsApp, which gave me indication, obviously, that they wanted to see signs that things were happening and people were connecting to me via WhatsApp. So there was that. So be wary of WhatsApp and different apps like that you communicate with people on. Everything's being monitored. Your email address, especially Google email addresses, they will be hacked. Data and social group information will be mined. So they're gonna get information about like who's your supplier for this, and who are you are emailing. We do so much through emailing that they will really get a sense of kind of like, where do you shop, and what do you do, and what do you buy, and who do you speak to, and do you owe anybody anything, and any of that kind of stuff. So there's all of that would be happening. Also in Google, Google may have passwords saved to multiple accounts on a Google account. So if they hack it and you're one of those people who saves your passwords, like say from your computer or whatever, then they'll have all those passwords. Even if it's a simple account like a Netflix or something like that, a lot of people will pretty much use like the same password for multiple accounts, or just like a different variation of the same password. So if they get a couple of your passwords, they're gonna know, like, okay, it's gonna be Hokey Pokey 521 or Hokey Pokey 521 with an exclamation. Like, they'll know that sort of information. The other thing is your laptop. Your laptop is a surveillance device. They don't need to come in anymore. And I'm sure back in the day they did this, and it probably caused problems for them. But they don't need to come in and like put little mics and stuff all over your house to know what you're doing when you're inside. They're listening to you through the laptop, and they're monitoring you through the camera on the laptop. So especially if you have your laptop open and you're listening to music videos, whatever, and you're walking around naked in your house, they're gonna get naked videos of you. And I'm sure there are people who have fallen victim to this stuff. So you need to put a very thick piece of duct tape or tape over your cameras. They're listening to what you're saying through the laptop as well. So, if you're making private phone calls, etc., close the actual laptop screen. Woo! Close the actual laptop screen, and don't leave it open when you're talking, because they can pretty much hear everything that you're talking about. Random new friends. Okay, so you're gonna experience lots of love bombing on every single platform. They are studying your character. They're looking for your triggers. They're obviously mining for information. These people are invading your social circle. They're looking to ostracize you later. They're creating grudges. They're slandering you. They're mining for information to destroy you on every level. So in order to insulate yourself, there is a period of time you have to go into isolation. You got to be away from people, etc., etc. So be very mindful when you start getting an influx of friends, etc., etc. Now, I'm realizing that something here got deleted because a bunch of stuff got deleted off this slide when I was making it, but it is what it is. You will start having issues with your landlord because your stability, your physical and home stability is something that people are trying to destroy. Your landlord is not going to want to repair things. Things are going to start going bad. They're going to try to sue you. They want to get you out. They want to tie you up in cases, etc., etc. Your cell phone is going to be used to track your location and to listen to all your communication. So they no longer, again, back in the day, I'm sure they used to gang stalk people and they used to put like a tracker on your car. But if you go into the police station with a tracker, there is no questioning that you're being stalked. So they're using your cell phone as a tracking device at this point. They want to hack the cell phone, they want to get in, they want to like, so there are ways around a lot of things, and you do not need to be like sophisticated. You don't need to have sophisticated cyber security skills to do this. It takes a bit of common sense, and it takes a bit of trial and error, and unfortunately a little bit of money buying cell phones and getting one hacked and etc., etc. But there are ways around it. So that is the good news, where you can finally get a device that you can hide your communication. Okay, so I can't go into too much of that right now, but I think it's very good for people to look at and kind of use the information that I provide, reverse engineer the information that I provide, and find different ways to protect yourself. What else is on my agenda to talk about tonight? So that is my slide. That is like kind of the bulk of what I wanted to talk about. I covered the crystals. Let me just go ahead and make sure that I cover everything that I want to. Okay, so I covered all of this. I covered the crystals. Okay, so usually what I do in a lot of my videos, this is probably one of the shortest videos that I've ever done, is I pull spirit cards. And I talk about these cards all the time. This is what they look like. It's spiritual messages. And I use this throughout my sort of gang stalking journey. I talk a lot about, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna choose these two because I get some of the same cards all the time. I pretty much use these cards as, I guess, like motivation, because obviously being gang stalked is incredibly difficult. Guys, I can't actually see the way my phone's set up. I can't actually see what people are saying in the chat. I see the chat going up, but I can't actually read it. So I'll try to read it later. But yeah, okay. So the cards that came out. The first one is, no matter how much you're being tested or pushed right now, stand your ground and push back. Believe in your own integrity and self-worth so much that no one can get in your way. Have the confidence to move forward. You can and will do this. So that is one of the biggest things about me, is I have a very strong self-will. I have very strong willpower. I do whatever it is that I want to do at all times. I am not easily bullied, and I definitely do not succumb to peer pressure. And I think that's really integral to what's going on. Regardless of what a person does, your will is yours, and you have the ability, as people push on you to do things, to just push back. And it doesn't need to be aggressive, and it doesn't need to take a lot of effort. It's just you doing whatever it is that you're supposed to do. So one of the biggest things that constantly happens is people constantly, what would I say? They'll send you energy attacks for sure, but they'll try to like distract you in things that you're doing. They'll try to take away your focus. And that's not just in like you're on live and then you'll have people trolling, but it'll be things like, you know, you're supposed to take care of, you know, something at work, or you're supposed, and something comes in to break your distraction and things don't get done. That is because they don't want you to have any improvements while this is happening. They're literally being paid to distract you. So you have to have laser focus in everything that you're doing so that you can continue to progress in your life. During my time of being gang stalked, absolutely nothing stopped. Like I did all the things that I was supposed to do, no matter what it was. And was there a lot of distraction and people jumping in and flying monkeys is what we call it? Absolutely. You need to push back and you need to continue doing the things that you're supposed to do. And sometimes you really need to put people in their place. You need to be very aggressive with people, and it is what it is. Um, if you're the second card, if you think you are alone, you are not. We are beside you in all challenges that you face. Trust that outside forces will always be working with you to ensure the best outcome in every situation. We have your best interests at heart. We love you. So these cards, honestly, like, and I say this every time I read them, I always feel like the appropriate cards come out every single time. No matter like whatever challenge I'm having, with this deck in particular, like I have a lot of decks, but I always say I feel like this is my loudest deck right here. It's called Spirit Oracle Cards. I recommend people get it. And whenever you're feeling low, I honestly just like recommend that you just pull a couple cards, read it. It's very encouraging. And especially if you're a person who already believes in spirituality. And if you don't believe in spirituality, I still think it's a good deck because it's not super heavy on the spiritual information. It's still something I feel like can fall into sort of like the yoga category, like something very, very light. Um, that being the case, I'm gonna leave my live here. I'm gonna leave this video short. I'm trying to do shorter informational videos only because I want people to actually listen to it. There's some other information that I do want to talk about. However, I don't really feel like it's relevant to this particular live. For whatever, I'm going to end the live, so I'm probably going to lose all the comments in here. However, what I would say is if you guys still want to comment, or you have questions, or you have whatever you have to say, please leave it in the comment section on the video. And I'm going to put a link. I now put a link in all the text description boxes under my videos that will basically link to the community section where I have the actual posts clipped up. And then when you go to that community section, you'll see like other slides that I have that are super informative as well. And yeah, so that is it for tonight. And like I said, the way my phone is centered, I literally can only see myself up to here, so I don't actually see the messages. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for being a part of my live, and that is all I have to say today, and I have to get some other stuff done. So have a good night.